back to our special YouTube channel. This week, remember, we are reading books about poetry written by poets. Today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite poets. Her name is Joyce Sidman, and she lives in Minnesota, and that's where I'm from. She has written a lot of different poems that are in some really cool books for kids. This is one of them. It's called Dark Emperor and Other Poems of the Night. And this one is called Swirl by Swirl, Spirals in Nature. By looking at the pictures on these covers, can you tell what she likes to write poems about? Yep, nature. She loves writing poems about the things that she sees outside of her house, in her garden, or when she's out on a walk in Minnesota. She loves animals and birds and plants and insects, and she writes poems about them. Remember, you can write a poem about anything, and Joyce Sidman loves to write poems about nature. So today, I'm going to read you this book. It's called Swirl by Swirl, Spirals in Nature. And this is such a cool story. Well, I should say a cool poem that shows us all about this shape, this special shape called a spiral. This is a spiral right here. A spiral starts really small in the middle and goes around and around and around and around and creates a special spiral shape. You might not realize this. I didn't realize it until I read this story, but spirals are everywhere in nature. So I'm going to share this book with you, Swirl by Swirl, Spirals in Nature by Joyce Sidman. And the pictures are by Beth Krommes. Oh, even look at this first page. Look at all those spirals. Cool. A spiral is a snuggling shape. It fits neatly in small places. Coiled tight, warm and safe, it waits for a chance to expand. See our snake? He was all coiled up in a spiral, but then he opened up and became a long, stretching line. He expanded. Cool. A spiral is a growing shape. It starts small and gets bigger and bigger, swirl by swirl. It unwraps itself, one soft curl at a time. A spiral is a strong shape. Its outer curves protect what's inside. Can you see a spiral that is protecting something inside? Maybe these little snail shells protect the snail's soft, squishy bodies. And these little hedgehogs can curl up in a spiral, and then their pokey quills can protect their bodies inside, right? A spiral knows how to defend itself. A spiral reaches out too, exploring the world. It winds around and around. That's one of my favorite spirals. Those little tails of the seahorses. Pretty cool. And it clings tight, grasping what it needs. It never has trouble holding on. Do you see a spiral that's holding on to something? I see a couple. A spiral is a clever shape. It is graceful and strong. Can you see a teeny tiny spiral on this page? a butterfly's tongue. It's like a spiral. And then when it wants to have some yummies from a flower, its little tongue will expand and that spiral will expand. A spiral is bold. And beautiful. Look at all those spirals. A spiral moves. It swirls through water, gathering bubbles. There's a big spiral in the water. Do you know what a spiral in the water is called? A whirlpool. It twists through the air with clouds on its tail. Tornado. It stretches starry arms through space, spinning and sparkling, forever expanding. Or it curls up, neat and small, warm and safe. A spiral is a snuggling shape. The end. So remember, friends, our theme this week is all about poetry, but this book is very different than the book of poems we read yesterday. This book actually was one poem, one big long poem stretched out throughout all the pages. And our poem today was about spirals. So, spirals in nature. Right now, it's pretty snowy outside. I'm not sure what kinds of spirals I could find today. But the next time you're outside, maybe look around. See if you can find this special shape in nature. Joyce Sidman, the poet, she says they're out there. Spirals in nature. See if you can find one. Thanks for listening. Have a good rest of your day.